Good morning, guys. My name is Akbar. Welcome back to my channel, Learning for Future. So today we are going to discuss about a volume concept in Docker. Okay, why we use a Docker volume and what is the purpose of Docker volume. A volume in Docker is a persistent storage mechanism that lives outside the container. See, this is what is really important. This stay outside the container. So volume is not going to something to be inside the container, which is outside the container. If you are going to restart your image, if you stop the image, if you delete the image, whatever it is, if you restart the container, if you remove the image, the container is gone. Now, when the container is gone, the data inside the container is also gone. That's the main purpose why the volume came into the picture. Okay, so let me repeat the definition once again. Volume in Docker is a persistent storage mechanism. It's like your pen drive to your laptop. That's all. What you're going to do, you're going to attach a volume to the specific mount point in the container so that whatever the data inside that particular mount point, it will be safe. Normally, data written inside a container is lost when the container is stopped or is deleted. Volume allows you store persistently. This is what important. What is the volume helping us with us? To store the data persistently on the host machine or share data across multiple containers. So we are going to see this with the lab. Okay. I have some basic commands. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is my GitBash. So please ignore this some background noise. Docker ps grep nginx. Okay. There is no process running with respect to nginx image. So what I'm going to do, docker run -d, which will help you to run the image in the backend. So now we are enabling the port, redirecting the port for 80 to 8011. Okay. Now what this command is going to do, it will going to pull the image and or you can say download the image and run the image. Basically what you do initially, docker pull. If you're not giving docker pull and if you're running direct docker run command, what will happen? It will do the job of pull and run. Okay. Now I'm going to copy it. I'm go here. So it's gonna start in the backend. Now I'll give the same command again, docker ps grep nginx. I'll get some output now. See, the container got started. For which image? Nginx. How many seconds? Just recently, 17 seconds ago. Now let me access this image in the browser with this port. Then I'm successful or not. Localhost 8011. Correct. This is the port I'm accessing. Okay, you got it. Now this is the default page. This is the default page for my nginx image. Okay. Now if I have to give the customized output with respect to index.html, whenever you have some container ID got generated, this container ID will be basically having a contact the something called index.html file. This index.html file is having this actual output. Welcome to nginx page. Okay. Now what I have to do, I want some customized changes in my index.html. So imagine that's the scenario. I hope you understand the situation. Now I have run this. After running this, I got a default welcome nginx page. Now what I want is, I want some customized output. I don't want a default output. So I want to copy something from index.html file. So let me show you. Cat index.html. So this is a file I have. So what I will do is vi vi. Okay, let me repeat. Vi index.html. I'll just do the customization of this page. Learning Docker volume, learning volume in Docker for YouTube students. Okay, cat index.html. Now, if I give in the browser, that what I'm expecting is I want this output. So before I want get output, this index.html file is there in my local. Okay. Now I'm in downloads folder. If I give ls, there's a lot of stuff in that. So I don't want to wait for that time. So what I'm going to do, Docker copy this index.html file is in my local. I am going to copy to the user share nginx. So which container ID we have to copy? Here we have got the container, right? This is what my container ID is. So I'll replace this container ID. I'll go here. CID stands for container ID. I'll replace it. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to connect to this container and go to this path. In this path, I am going to copy the index.html. If you really want to verify in this container, this particular path is there or not, yeah, we can do that. Let's go here. Docker exec -it, which is an interactive terminal, and then the container ID space bash. Okay, see, look at I have connected to the container with the root. Now what I'm going to do, cd/usr nginx. So I'm in user directory. I'm going to share folder. In the user, I've gone to share, and then I'm going to nginx. I want to see whether the HTML file is there or not. Yeah, yeah, my HTML file is there. Sorry, HTML directory is there. In the HTML directory, I have index.html. Correct? Yeah. Now this index.html is inside the container, which is having a default page. Welcome to Nginx is a default page that is gonna display. Okay, but I don't want this default page. I want a customized page as per my requirement. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to exit. I'm going to come out of this container first. Now I hope you understand. I am in my downloads folder. From the downloads folder, I am going to copy the index.html file, which is having a customized message. I don't want this welcome to nginx page. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, copy Now I've copied the this my customized index.html page to my container in this specific location. So now if I go ahead and refresh, what do you think what I'm going to get? I'm not going to get now the welcome to nginx. Now I'm going to get the customized output with what? Something I've made a modification in index.html file that refers to YouTube students. See, we have successfully learning volume in Docker for YouTube students. This is what I have done. Now the next concept is, imagine if my, now here it is fine because you have copied something, your index.html file from your local to container. Okay, that's why we got the customized output. Now I don't want the customized output here. Now what the requirement is, if my container restarts, what will happen to the data of inside the container? It's gone. If you really want to see that, so docker ps grep nginx. Now this is my container ID. If I stop this, what is going to happen? Docker stop the container ID. Docker rm to remove the container ID. Docker stop to stop the container ID. Docker rm to remove the container ID. Okay. Now what will happen? Docker ps pipe symbol grep nginx. Now you don't have any container running with that particular image. If you really want to run the first command and see, now this is the first command, right? Now I'll try to change the port to 812. Now this is what I'm going happen here. What is going to happen here? It's a default web page is going to come because this is a container which is having a default index.html file because you have removed the old container and you have not taken any backup of your data in terms of a volume. If you spin up a new image, the new container will come. Again, the new container is going to come with a default content. So if I give here 812, what is going to come? Welcome to nginx, correct? Yeah, we are right. Welcome to nginx because this is your default. The new container has a spin up. The old container is gone because you have stopped it and deleted it. And as soon as when you spin up the image again, when you run the image again, the new container got generated and the new container is having a default content. Now, if I really want to take the backup, I don't want to face the problem which I have faced on 8011 and I want to take a backup of this. So first what I have to do, first I have to copy the customize index.html which is having a content of YouTube student. Okay. Now, before this, what I have to do, I have to get the container ID. Docker ps, correct? We have to do the changes in the, now this is my new container ID. So I'm going to copy it. I'll go to my notepad. I'll change the container ID again. Now this is going to give me the customize output. Now this time, once I get the customize output, I'll attach a volume to this mount point called slash USR. So successfully copied. So now 8012 is not going to give me the default age. What it is going to give? Something called YouTube students. Yeah, something for YouTube student. Learning volume in Docker. Now this time, as I don't want to lose the data or the particular customized content in my mount point, I want this to be attached to the volume. In the previous scenario, once the container is gone, your data is gone, but I don't want that situation here. Either if it is a restart, either it has been removed, it doesn't matter. I want to take care of the data in a particular mount point. So how is that exactly I'm going to do it? See, Docker run -d -p 8012 we have already used. Now I'm going to use 8013, or I can use 12 only. Now here YouTube volume user share nginx. Okay, I have to give it for a, sorry, my bad. I should give the new port so that it is running the image, right? So that it will get a new container. 8013, we'll go with 8013. Yeah, it says already allocated. Now, the data in my mount point is safe. Now, whatever I do going forward, the customization changes. Okay. Now, 8013, what it is going to do? When you give 8013, it is give you default page. This is empty. We have not added any customized content here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy. So, what is my container which has started recently? This is the one. Now, I'll go to my command prompt. So, when you spin up the new image, at the time itself you have to attach a volume to it, so that whatever the customized changes can be directly goes into the. Now this is a CE ending with a 058 is a new container, so which I am going to point to Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the index.html file, which is a customized into this container so that we can expect that YouTube students output. Now I'm going to copy it. Now let me go ahead and refresh the same 813. Yeah, now I got it. Now, as this 813, when I have spin this, I have attached it to the volume also. Correct? Now, 813 port, I've mounted to slash USR. Even though if my container something goes wrong, it doesn't matter. What matters is I no need to copy this index.html file now if I attach the volume to the upcoming ports, which means I have no need to do the changes what I have done it for 8013 port and the slash USR mount point. Okay, I hope you understand. I no need to copy it manually my index.html file because my customized changes is already been copied to here, which is attached to the mount point YouTube volume. So whenever I use a YouTube volume, I'll get the same output. Now let's see. Now the next step is what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Docker volume concept when I'm going to spin up the new image. So docker run -d -p 8013 I've already used. Let me go ahead and use 8014 and I'm attaching it to the user volume. So in this, when I give the image, so tell me what I'm going to get. I'm going to get the same output, whatever is there here, learning volume, because my customized index.html file is already pointed to 8013 slash USR mount point. Got it? Now, if I run docker run for pointing to 8014 docker volume, then I'll get what? I'll get an output of same learning volume in Docker because I have a customized index.html file in my mount point. So I'm directly using the mount point. I am not doing any Docker copy here. Docker copy you have to do only one time, which is for 8013 and nginx image. Now, Docker ps grep nginx. Now what is happening here? 8014 is got recently 16 seconds ago. Now let's go here. Now let me give the 8014. You got it? The same output I got. Imagine if I spin a new image. If I spin a new image without a volume, then what is going to happen? Now I'll copy this again. If I give 8015, if I remove this mount point, now what is going to happen? You will get a default page, correct? If I run without a volume, I'll get a default. If I run with -v, then I'll get a customized output learning for YouTube students. Okay, this is what is going to happen. Let me see. Oh, sorry, I mentioned -v there. I have to remove -v also. This is a basic command without a volume. Okay, nothing much. The basic command without volume. Now 8015, if I give it in the browser, what you will get? Default. Welcome to nginx. Now if I go for with volume, okay, for 8016. Now I am running with a volume, so I am expecting what? Customize output. Simple. So whenever I have a something in my volume, the data is safe and I can use it in multiple containers. That's what the advantage is. Now if I go ahead and give my localhost 18016, is that clear? Is that clear, guys? See, if I am giving 8015, I am getting a default page. If I am giving 8016, I am getting a customized output. See, 8016 is having a customized output. 8015 is having what? Default page. If you really want to again test it, again you copy this set of commands, come down here till 8016 you have done. You can say 7, which is for default, and 8 for customize output. Now you can run it again. Eight zero one seven, my expectation is for default page. 8018 is for customize output. So let this get run successfully and then I can run with volume. So with volume and without volume, what is the difference? With volume, your data is reusable in any of the container. Okay. Now 8018 is for customize output. Okay, we got it. 8017 is for default output. That's all. With this, you have seen how to attach a volume to the image. With this, you have seen reusable of data from the volume to multiple containers. That's the beauty of the container concept. So I'm going to share all these commands with you in the channel. Please click on like and subscribe my channel. Appreciate your support, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.